So we now have a problem. We now know that the United States and even Canada are preparing to evacuate their people. This is all because of a potential war that experts say and are predicting will happen within the next 3 weeks. Now today I'm going to break this down, why this is such a big deal, but just so you know, this does not involve the United States on U.S. soil. This involves the United States abroad, which, according to experts, will likely bring attacks or potential attacks here to the United States and on U.S. soil. So again, I'm going to break all this down in just a moment. Make sure you stick around and watch this entire video so you know exactly what is going on. But all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So one of the biggest things that the United States has been worried about and will continue to be worried about is people that came into the United States that we have no clue that are even here. These are people that crossed into the U.S. illegally and got away. Well, we know there are millions of people here in the United States that have been illegally entering. But where did they come from? What are their intentions? Well, we've known this for a while as well, that Hezbollah has sleeper cells here in the United States. And that is why Hezbollah to the United States is a threat. Well, look what's going on. Israel threatens to take Lebanon back to the Stone Age, and they will do that by hitting them with missiles. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The United States knows that an attack is coming. The U.S. is ready to evacuate Americans from Lebanon if fighting between Israel and Hezbollah intensifies. It says U.S. officials are increasingly concerned Israel is going to carry out airstrikes and a possible ground offensive in Lebanon in the coming weeks. The worry here is that this has happened before. Israel and Lebanon went at it back in probably almost 20 years, 2006, 2007, something like that. They went at it before. But at that time, Israel didn't have the arsenal that they currently have. Lebanon didn't have the power that they have. Lebanon, as of right now, Lebanon has, I believe the last count was over like 150,000 missiles. That right there could hit Israel. That could hurt. But again, it's not just the United States. Canada is also preparing for an evacuation of 20,000 people from Lebanon. Says General Wayne Irie says plans to echo 2006 efforts when war broke out between Israel and Hezbollah. Yeah, 2006. So we got almost 20 years of just tensions building up. But look at this one. It says U.S. moves forces closer to Israel and Lebanon amid concerns of escalating cross-border fire. The United States moving some of our ground forces, or just even the Coast Guard. They're moving them a little bit closer. Okay, this is part of the problem that we are seeing right now. There's so many different issues going on around the world. This is just another one that's going to increase tensions for the United States. It's troubling where we're at, but again, this is just the beginning. This is why the United States has been warning of additional tensions and why they were warning of a regional war. This was years ago that the United States was concerned that what was happening between Russia and Ukraine would cause a regional war. Well, we kind of backed out of that one. And then it was, is Israel and Gaza going to cause a regional war? Essentially, yes. Because Israel said they would not stop until Hamas was through. They wanted to finish Hamas. Well, Iran not only funds Hamas, they also fund Israel, or they also fund Hezbollah, which Israel is currently fighting. That's the problem. This is going to be an even bigger war than back in 2006. And I say this because, according to experts, Hezbollah has well-trained fighters, number one. Number two, they have a larger number of soldiers as well. They have more military equipment that they didn't have back in 2006. And so if Israel decides to attack Hezbollah, Hezbollah can return fire, and that would potentially devastate Israel as well. So right now, the concern is, how big is this first attack going to be? It's likely not going to just wipe out Hezbollah. And if it doesn't, Hezbollah will likely return fire. And is Israel ready for that? And this is where it brings in the United States. Israel has received funding and weapons from the United States. Iran knows this, and Iran is willing to put the United States up on that pedestal and say, it was your fault. You are the ones that caused it. You are the ones that are letting them use U.S. weaponry to attack us. And so we are going to open fire as well. This is where things get very complicated. This is where the fighting is going to intensify. This is why experts believe that right now what is going on between Israel and Hezbollah, this is going to be far more dangerous than what we saw between Israel and Gaza. In Gaza, Hamas was pretty much pinned in. That's not the case here with Hezbollah. Hezbollah can go in multiple different directions. And that's the concern, is as soon as they get out, attacks are going to come from elsewhere. Now I want to read you something, okay? It says U.S. emphasizes travel warning for Lebanon amid growing Israel-Hezbollah conflict. It says right here, in a security alert posted Thursday, U.S. Embassy reminded American citizens to strongly reconsider travel to Lebanon, saying the security environment remains complex and can change quickly. The embassy points out that Lebanese government cannot guarantee the protection of U.S. citizens against sudden outbreaks of violence and armed conflict, and warns Americans from traveling to southern Lebanon and Lebanon-Syria border area for refugee settlements. It says the warning comes one day after Canada urged its citizens to leave Lebanon, with Foreign Minister Melanie Joly saying in a statement that Canadian citizens should take advantage of commercial flights that remain available. This is intensifying. I talked about this the other day as well, and said that the concern was that Pentagon officials believed within 3 weeks Israel was going to attack Lebanon. Again, whether or not this happens, I don't know yet, but the writing's on the wall. Everybody's saying that it's going to happen. It likely needs to happen in order to get past this, but how many lives does it take? What does this do to Israel, and what does this do to Lebanon? Well, we're going to find out soon enough. But I just want to share that with you because I know a lot of people are speculating that, and they're seeing these posts on YouTube and on Facebook and on TikTok that the United States is at war. The United States is not at war. The United States is willing to help out our allies, which Israel is our closest ally in the Middle East. So because of that, we are willing to help. But with helping, that's where Lebanon says, you guys are helping the wrong people. You guys, the U.S., are aiding this war. So we'll see what happens from there. All I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way, and I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of this morning, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.